Hi, welcome. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you who always tune back to watch my program. May God Almighty bless you. You are free to leave your comment constructively. Like you know, I present to you information across the globe, especially Nigeria to be precise. And today, I present to you another exciting video which we are going to watch together. Now let's watch this video together, then come to my comment section and tell me what you think about the video. You are free to criticize, but constructively, as we watch the video together.
The patriotism of all Nigerians, because everybody wants to be part of this big, strong Nigeria that can be respected. That's what other countries have done. It's not by saying you control one whether that it's inefficient, ragtag army you can't defeat, and you think you can defeat an ideology, you can defeat a war that is in the hearts and minds of people. So leaders of Nigeria must be alive to this reality and address the issues of patriotism, address the issues that are dividing the Nigerian nation, create equal citizenship. That's all. And a nation that will be there for all, the big as well as the small. And ask yourselves, is it not an irony? Is it not a shame that we in Nigeria, who live here, go to America, a nation that is almost Caucasian, founded by Caucasian merchants, you go there, become an American citizen, our people are there doing well and carrying American passports, and they live happy lives. Some even enroll in the American military and security services and fight and die for America. Yet in Nigeria, you are busy looking at who is worshiping which God. You are busy looking at where somebody comes from. It's a shame. Shame.
You're always a very passionate leader, very passionate Nigerian. And I must say that even the people, on this roundtable must have really benefited immensely from some of those shared thoughts. But this is something is always something is very important, and probably that was the motivation for me to actually come to this very important gathering.
Yes.
And probably must have seen me in the last couple of days on TV talking about electoral reform.
Yes.
Because we must talk about the political.
Yes.
I know the economy is good, but Nigeria is so badly divided now that the political is more important. That's why we started off from the issue of restructuring and those things that can bring the country together. Electoral reform is very important. Because as you know, we cannot even restructure, we can't get certain things sorted out. Nigerians are looking for a path to vote. And electoral reform will definitely, probably want to create that. We need a legal framework which is done by bill, through the National Assembly. But Nigerians are yearning, crying and begging. What assurance do you want to give Nigerians in terms of passing this bill? Some people said the bill is ready. Some people said that they are still working on it. Nigerians want to hear, maybe from someone like you, to also talk about it, and also the importance of this bill to off-cycle elections and the 2023 general elections.
Thank you very much, Ariel. The issue of electoral reforms is also very important because we must talk about the governance of the country, and I've talked about the central role that leadership plays in a society, or in our case, the nation. You can't make progress without leaders. And so we must be interested in the process through which leaders emerge. And once that process is faulty, you begin to have the wrong people in the right places, and so on and so forth. So Electoral Act amendment is key. Again, I'm in the committee in the Senate dealing with electoral matters. And the other thing is we're looking at it, but there are aspects that overlap into the constitutional amendment debate. And I know that a subcommittee has also been asked to work on that, and they have already submitted their report. What I know, without speaking for the Senate or the Constitutional Amendment Committee or the Electoral Matters Committee for that matter, but I'm a member, so I can speak to what I know, what I've seen, and what I've experienced, is that there is some zeal on the part of members to get that done. But it is regrettable, Ariel, that the National Assembly, before the last general election, painstakingly passed the Electoral Act amendment, and this president refused to sign, which was why the last elections had a lot of flaws. In my state, votes were hijacked with the use of military and militia, with INEC compromising, with my state garrisoned as governor, because as I said, governors have no control over security apparatus, which is why we're talking of constitutional amendments and restructure, and people are asking why. The question should be, why not? Why not even yesterday? So the Electoral Act Amendment Bill was passed, but the president didn't sign. I do not believe that that was a wonderful service to our nation and to our democracy. This president should be encouraged, should be reminded to make his own quota in deepening our nation's democratic experience. The same way his predecessor introduced an innovative card reader system, which is why people say we're able to achieve that milestone of an opposition party taking over from a ruling party. So the president should be encouraged to sign. Let us see what happens. There is need for civil society, however, to continue to remind the legislature, the National Assembly, and in matters that have to do with constitutional amendment, even the speakers of the various houses, about the need to quickly amend and give this country a new electoral act that can lead to transparent, free, and credible elections for our country. So I share in that aspiration.
Okay, sir. We've looked at security, we've looked at restructuring. I want to take us to another very important aspect, which is the economy. We have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed. And the general sentiment is that this particular government has borrowed the quota of our generation, our children, our children's children, and even generations yet unborn. So what is your view on the many borrowings? Are we not going deeper and deeper and deeper into poverty?
Well, first of all, and you need to understand this, even our viewers and participants need to know my general position on this. My view is that when you are dealing with issues that have to do with national security and the economy, there should be objectivity and no partisanship, because these things are so critical to the life of a nation. I know that Nigeria's economy started going into a recession before the APC-led federal government came in 2015. Now, the APC government played a lot of terrible, irresponsible, and bad politics with national security and with the economy when they were in opposition. Because when the issues of Boko Haram and Chibok girls came, you saw how they politicized it, and I don't support that. And I don't want to also be guilty of that. When the APC government came, 2015, the country immediately went into recession as a result of a combination of a lot of factors. You had the shock of the change of government, and therefore the possibility of change of policies and the direction. One. Secondly, there was insurrection at the time in the Niger Delta, the Avenger crisis and so on. and facilities were damaged. And then thirdly, also, oil demand and supply took a nosedive at the international world oil market. And so as a result of all of these, the country went into recession. The president, President Buhari, rose to the occasion. I saw that as governor, and I was a participant in the National Council of States and National Council, Economic Council meetings chaired by the vice president. So the vice president did his best with the governors and with the president, and they were able to manage the country out of recession. Now, they did well in that regard. And then the Paris Club reforms and so on enabled governors to pay salaries, and otherwise there would have been catastrophe in Nigeria. Talking about borrowings, generally speaking, I don't see anything wrong if you are borrowing for critical infrastructure that has the capacity to grow the economy, The borrowings that the federal government has been doing, I don't have the details. I know some are borrowing for rail projects and so on and so forth. I don't have the details, but I know that it is worrisome. Yes, the sheer magnitude is worrisome. But I do not have the facts yet to know the various elements that they are borrowing to support. People say they are borrowing to service loans. And if that is it, that's a very terrible thing. It's a very terrible thing. So I would like to have more details before I give definitive statements on that.
Yes, I also just want to add, I know that things are terrible, you've expressed that in our nation, but beyond the statistics, the details, the mathematics, do you have confidence that we can actually surmount our challenges economically, politically? Because Heather, we talked about borrowing sometimes, and if you have a good leader, you borrow, you borrowed money, and the money is well utilized, the country is going to be in a very good position. Borrowing is not a crime, but even though there will be a limit. Are you hopeful with all that you've seen? Because if you look at it, what is fueling the secessionist movement, the agitation across every part of this country is because, leadership, especially at the central level. And apparently part of the reason why we also learned from you that issue of restructuring, that will have actually devolved even attention of our people. So are you optimistic that we're able to surmount these challenges? I know 2023 is coming, we're not talking about politics yet, but Nigerians are tired. The comments in the social media every day depresses us. But Nigerians want to be assured that is there a path to hope? Can we surmount our challenges? Can we get the leaders who can actually?
Thank you. And first of all, let me share also I'm not that completely pessimistic, but I share in the worries and concerns, and also sometimes the fears that are being expressed by Nigerians. Nigerians are angry, they are fearful about the direction of their country. But I want to say that there is hope for a greater Nigeria. We could have done a lot of things differently. We still can do things differently. There are a lot of steps that ought to have been taken differently before now. For example, some leaders of this country drew up development plans in the past, military and civilian, and they were able to build all these facilities, refineries, ports, airports, and so on. But somehow we lost track. It is possible, my dear countrymen and women, and it's not too late to make a new day. Nigerians should still be hopeful. Don't lose hope completely about Nigeria. This country has the capacity, the potentials to be the rising star of the black man. I'm a Pan-Africanist, and I believe that this is why Nigerian unity and the size of Nigeria, to me, is always, it's not a problem, it's a blessing. If it were possible, I would want Nigeria to be bigger, because I believe that if it is possible for the entire countries in Africa to be one United States of Africa, I will support that if it were possible.
Thank you for always watching Linda's TV show. I will see you again in my next video. Remain blessed. I appreciate each and every one of you, and keep on watching Linda's TV show. If you have not yet subscribed, please, I beg you to do that so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Bye-bye.